Alright, since the split of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes in 2012, people have been talking about what happened between the couple and why it seems like Tom doesn't want to have anything to do with their daughter Suri. Now, rumors had it that the Scientology caused all of this, but recently Thandie Newton has opened up about Tom's controlling behavior. Could this be the real reason, or is he really a control freak? So you better hit the bell and the subscription button and stay with me to find out the truth. Not sure if you guys remember this or not, but Westworld star Thandie Newton and Tom Cruise worked together on the second Mission Impossible film in 2000. And even though it was ages ago, she recently has opened up about her experience of working with Tom in her interview with The Vulture, and it does not seem like she enjoyed it much. In fact, she was scared of the actor. Thandie explained that to her, Tom was a very dominant individual and that he tried super hard to be nice, but she also felt like he can only do everything as best as it can be done. And Thandie talked about one of the worst memories she had on the set with him, saying that there was this one time we were doing this night scene, there were so many extras with pyrotechnics, and it was a scene with me and him on a balcony, and I don't think it was a very well written scene. I get angry with him, we were frustrated with each other, it wasn't going well, so this scene was happening, and Tom was not happy with what I was doing, and I had the shittiest lines. What happened next was that Tom got frustrated with having to try and explain, so he decided to rehearse on camera, and this time he would play Thandie and she would play Tom. Thandie explained, so we filmed the entire scene with me being him because believe me, I knew the lines by then and him playing me, and it was most unhelpful and I can't think of anything else revealing. It just pushed me further into a place of terror and insecurity. It was a real shame, and bless him, and I really do mean bless him because he was trying his damnedest. You might be thinking he's just a perfectionist, but it could also be the controlling side of him, because this is not the first time people have talked about him being a control freak. And according to Variety, Tom Cruise had also an excessive amount of control over the Mummy. He was essentially wearing all the hats and dictating even the smallest decisions on the set. Apparently, Tom had exerted control over pretty much everything. He hand-selected the director, Alex Kurtzman, for the movie, and considering that Alex had no experience directing a big-budget action film, controlling things would be way easier for Tom. And the sources say that Tom behaved as the director, as the actual director struggled to adjust to the scope of the project, and he would also often dictate the major action sequences and micromanaging the production. He even handpicked the screenwriters. They weakened the role of the girl mummy and rewrote the role to make Tom the hero. He also worked on the editing too, brought in his favorite editor and spent time in the editing suite overseeing the cutting, which everybody agreed wasn't working. And despite all of this, the movie did not become a blockbuster. This controlling behavior was also installed in his love life. The first person I'm gonna talk about is Nicole Kidman, cause Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were married together for 11 years, but not many good things were said about their relationship. Kidman herself believes that it may not have been the best decision for her at that age, since she was only 22. And during the marriage, Nicole felt very lonely, and in an interview she said that I was holding a gold statue and I was the loneliest I had ever been, and despite this, she did not see the divorce coming, and it took a very long time to heal from the shock. Other than this, she has never talked about the marriage, nor has she commented on the Scientology or their adoptive child. Could this be because someone is still controlling her after all of these years? But Nicole was not only one who Tom controlled. Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise got married in 2006, and then everything ended in 2012. So in 2005, they welcomed their daughter Suri, silently, which made headlines, but later I found out that a silent birth is a Scientology thing. So during the time they were together, many thought that the couple was faking it, especially after that famous Oprah Winfrey interview. There were even rumors that the Church of Scientology had held audition for Cruise's new wife and Katie Holmes landed the role. But whatever that was, it didn't last forever. According to the leader of the Church of Scientology, the big issue was raising Suri as a Scientologist, and if that happened, someday it was a possibility that she would disconnect from Katie. And even though Suri and Katie stuck together, Cruise and Holmes aren't exactly friends, and the rumor suggests that Tom has not seen Suri in years. And what's more is that according to Life and Style, Holmes believes the Church of Scientology has been spying on her for years in order to ensure that she doesn't engage in any activities that might undermine the organization and its reputation. Also, according to Us Reports, Katie signed a clause in her quickie divorce settlement that prevented her from embarrassing Tom in various ways, like talking about him or Scientology, or publicly dating another man for 5 years after the divorce. She was allowed to date, but she couldn't do so in a public fashion, and she was not supposed to let any boyfriend near their daughter Suri. She got $4.8 million in child support plus another $5 million for herself. And allegedly, Tom still has control over Katie's major decisions, and she could lose custody of Suri easily, so she's super careful and strict about the non-disclosure agreement that she signed. Guys, I'm telling you, this whole thing is just crazy to me. It's like you're holding people captive for life even when you leave their life. I mean, I believe the whole situation is a combination of this whole Scientology thing and Tom's controlling behavior. So what do you guys think? Can you believe that Tom is not as kind as he seems? Or do you think that he's controlling? Or maybe you think that Katie and Nicole are still under his thumb? Or do you think that he'll ever meet Suri again? Let's talk about all of this in the comments, and please remember to like, share, and become part of our Curious Sips family by subscribing to our channel. And also, don't forget to check out our Instagram account. See you guys next time!